Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chidera Peters and I share on career, lifestyle and travel. If this is your first time here, please do go to hit the subscribe button. So today's video will be slightly different. I'm going to be doing a Q&A session on how I got 5 offers of admission to study in the UK, 1 partial scholarship and 1 full scholarship. So I posted the ask me any question tag on Instagram about this and I got a ton of questions, and also on WhatsApp I got a handful of questions. So I'll be answering these questions on this video and hopefully sharing my experience in the process. If you don't follow me on social media, this would be a really good time to do that. So you follow me on Instagram at the Chidera Peters or Twitter Chidera Peters _. Let's get right into this video. I got 5 offers of admission to study. I got admission at the University of Salford, Manchester to study safety, health and environment. I got admissions at the University of Nottingham to study public health, admission at Nottingham Trent University to study public health. Then I got admission at the University of Portsmouth, which is where I am now, to study crisis and disaster management. Then I also got admission at the Imperial College London to study, I think that was public health. Yes, I got a partial £3,000 discount on my tuition for the Nottingham Trent University, which is the partial scholarship. And then I'm presently on a full scholarship by the PTDF, which is the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, sponsored by the Nigerian government. It's a full scholarship. It covers everything: tuition, feeding, housing, accommodation. Like, housing and accommodation are the same thing, but basically it covers everything. That's what I want you to get. I think it's vital to mention that I have been applying to go to study in the UK from as far back as 2012. So in 2012 I was about to write my SAT exams when I got admission to study at Federal University Katsina. Then immediately after graduating uni, I knew that for my masters I wasn't going to settle, because I had settled for my undergrad. For masters, it has to be in the UK. Immediately after I was done with NYSC, lots of my friends were getting admission to study masters in the country, and even at that point I even considered doing it. I actually almost bought a form to study at the University of Ibadan to do masters, and I'm really grateful I did not. I remember when I called my brother and I told him, I said, hey, I just got a scholarship to study in the UK. He's like, finally. That was the first thing he said, because he knows it's been a long time coming. It's been a journey. Why am I sharing this? I just want you to understand that everybody has their process. I know people who applied for scholarship the first time and they got it, but that was not my case. I had to learn, unlearn and relearn. I had to look at my applications over and over again. In short, in 2018 I gave up. Throughout 2018 I did not send out any application for scholarship because I was tired. I had been applying 2016, 2017 I was very intentional about it, so I was devastated when I did not get that scholarship. 2019 I decided, okay, this is the year to give it another go. This is the year to give it another try, and whatever it is you're trying to achieve, don't give up. It gets really hard, trust me. It gets overwhelming, but you need to keep pushing. You need to keep trying, because if you don't do it, who will? So now I'll go straight into the questions. Mariam asked, how did you get transcript? It's been crazy securing one. This is going to be undercover stuff. For my transcript, how I got it was I used a friend's office address and sent it to my institution. So I paid for my transcript, sent the address to them, and then they sent it to that office. And then all I had to do was pick it up from my friend. So my friend just kept the transcript for me, and then I picked it up from him. Then I scanned it and uploaded it to my drive, and voila, I had my transcript with me. The problem with getting transcript in Nigeria is they won't send it to you, even though it's your transcript, which I don't really understand. Other schools in other parts of the world give students their transcript. I don't know why it has to be a big deal or a hassle to get something you obviously worked for. NSAs in choices in school. What school is good for English? Basically it's the UK. Their official language is English, so I don't know what you want me to say, but it depends on what you want. When I was coming to this school, I had to research for what school in the UK is top when it comes to crisis and disaster management, and the University of Portsmouth came up. I was looking at the course rating, not the institution rating. So crisis and disaster management, University of Portsmouth, is a big deal, and that's why I choose here. So when it comes to studying English QnA, you have to ensure that the rating of English language in that school we had, even though I think basically every school in the UK should have good English language rating because it's their official language. Okay, Lois says, which websites can I check for scholarship sites? Opportunity Decks, Scholastica, and most importantly, I'll say follow Moments with Bren on Twitter. She posts tons of scholarship offers, grants, fellowship, all of those like useful content. Samuel said, I beg, how did you get the scholarships? For the partial scholarship, after I applied to the school and I got admission, after that, then they sent me a link for Nigerian High Achiever Scholarship. This is for the Nottingham Trent. So I had to apply. I had to write a personal statement. Now the trick to this is I had to use a different personal statement from the one I used for my application, because I can't like repeat the same thing. This one had more to do with my challenges and why I feel having the £3,000 discount on my tuition will go a long way. So that was how I got the partial scholarship. And for this PTDF scholarship, basically the story is funny because it was an Uber driver I was going home with on a particular day in the night. I realized he studied in the UK, so I was wondering, is it that bad now that people that graduate from UK are doing Uber? I did not know that Uber is a really lucrative business there. He told me no, that he was just using Uber to get to know Abuja, like get to know the area, familiarize with the area better. I told him, oh, I'm looking for scholarships to study in the UK, and he's like, oh, have you considered PTDF? And I'm like, hey, I've heard about it, but PTDF is owned by the Nigerian government, so I feel there'll be partiality, unfairness, tribal bias, religious bias. You know, I just gave tons and tons of reasons. And he just asked me one question that like hits me. He was like, what would it cost you to apply? And I'm like, nothing. He's like, then apply. He asked me, do I have my transcript? I said, yes. He asked me, do I have a referee? I said, yes. Do I have, he just asked me a ton of things. And I went online as we were in the car. I checked for the requirements and I realized I had everything. So he told me I should apply. And turns out the application was closing that day at 12 midnight. So when I got down from the car, I went home. I totally forgot about the whole conversation. 11:30 p.m. in the night, it dropped in my mind like, hey, you should apply for this PTDF thing. So I brought up my laptop on my bed, like, and then I did my application. I submitted my application like 11:45 p.m. and then by 12 midnight, the portal was closed. I'm still looking for that Uber driver. Like, if anybody can help me find him, I'll truly appreciate it. 2 months later or a month later, I got a notification that I've been invited for an interview. I was shook because this is something I was not expecting at all. We're required to come with publications, awards, and everything, and then I went there without any of these things. I did not go with my publications, my awards, because I just felt I wasn't really interested in it. I had applied for the Commonwealth shared scholarships, and that was the one I was really holding on to. When I went for this interview, it was just like, oh, my go see what did they do for there? Like, let me just see what this interview is like. And then when I got to the panel, they asked me, where are my documents? I said, oh, I forgot. And they're like, why are you here? At that point, I realized I was very stupid to have come there without my documents, even if I was just going to test the water. So they gave me the grace, which was very like, it was just God. They gave me grace that I should go home and get my documents, but I should ensure I come back before 1 minute past 4. That 1 minute past 4, I won't see them here and then my application is nullified. I went home, started looking for my documents. I couldn't find it. Called my dad, who was at work. He had to go home, start searching through our pile of documents at home. Called my mom, everything, and then they found the documents and they scanned it and sent to me. I got back to PTDF Tower 3:30 and then I quickly ran to the place and I came and they're like, oh, that I came right on time. Some months later, early in the morning around like 6 a.m. I got a mail. Congratulations, you've been selected for a PTDF scholarship. Yeah. Anita said, what do I need to get on ground before I apply? Do I also need any of those A-level exams? If you want to study anywhere in the world, the first thing you need to get is your international passport. So it's really important that you get that. I got mine in 2017 as a copper. I paid for my international passport. Then it was like 36,000 naira. It wasn't funny as a copper being able to pay that, but I did, and I got my international passport. Also, you need to ensure you have your transcript with you, or a copy of your transcript, or a proven way to get your transcript like sent across when you need it. Also, you need to ensure you have like referees, people that you know that would want to be, that will be your references and would help your application move forward. Another thing you want to get a test of English as a foreign language. Not all schools most schools in the UK don't require it, but it depends on where you're looking at. But if you are looking at like Canada or the US, you need a test of English. So I'll advise you write the IELTS. I wrote TOEFL in 2017, but the problem with TOEFL is that TOEFL lasts for 2 years, but IELTS is valid for 4 years. So if I had known, I was just trying to save money then. So I would advise you write IELTS. Jesse said, scholarships for medical students. Do I have to apply for scholarship programs or apply to a school? Are they two separate things? Well, yes, I asked because I'm not really conversant with scholarships for med students, but I asked a couple of my friends and they say yes, there are some scholarships for medical students, undergraduate students in Nigeria. You might want to consider checking the Chevron Agbami scholarship. I heard that has closed. The Total Joint Venture District scholarship for undergraduate. You might also want to check Mobile Unlimited undergrad scholarships. Like, these are scholarships. And then the AGIP scholarships, you might want to check this out. They have like good scholarships for undergraduate students studying in Nigeria. Tolu says, documents, referee, achievements, what do I need to do, the general process of applying, that what did me, Chidera, write on the form to be the best candidate to be selected. Well, basically what I'll focus here is the referee. It's really important that you have good referees. So I have good rapport with my lecturers. Before I start an application, I let them know, oh please, I would like you to be my referee and this is what I'm applying for. Most times they're like, okay, that's fine, I'll just keep reminding me so I don't forget, because they're usually very busy. So ensure you have like referees that you're sure would be able to turn in a reference for you. Okay, then documents, you need for most schools in the UK, you need your WAEC, and your WAEC usually serves as a waiver for test of English. So you may not need to submit your test of English as a foreign language, either the TOEFL or the IELTS. As for what did I write on the form to be the best selected candidate, that was basically, I'll say my personal statement, because for PTDF, it was more about the personal statement and my class of degree. So my personal statement took me a ton of work. I think I wrote one personal statement for over 2 weeks, like just one statement. I would write a little and leave it. When I get stuck, I leave it, and then I come back to the document later. I would write again, I'll leave it. That was how I did it for 2 weeks before I was able to write one. Another thing I did differently this year was I sent my documents to professional editors. Like, after editing it myself, because I was this year was the year, one of my goals this year was leave the country by September 2019. Like, that was number one goal on my goal for 2019. So I knew I had to be very intentional about it. I sent the documents to my friends, they proofread and edited it, and I paid for that service. It wasn't free, I paid. So, but it really went a long way to make my documents more professional and void of errors or mistakes. So on Instagram, Somi Merly asks, does CGPA matters when getting a scholarship abroad, and is there any test I took in preparation? Well, CGPA does matter because most times these scholarships are on merit and they give preference to students with a first class. However, I know tons of second class upper students who are on scholarship. Even on this PTDF scholarship I'm on, I've seen lots of second class upper graduates. So it really depends on the other things you have that makes you more qualified. And if you feel that you have what it takes to apply for the scholarship, go for it, apply for it. She also said, is there any test I took in preparation? Yes, in 2017 I took the test of English as a foreign language test, which is TOEFL, and I wrote that and I had, I think, 102 over 120. Yes, which is really good. I did really well. Apart from that, over the years I had been taking lots of writing courses, some paid, some free. I'm always looking for platforms to improve my writing, because as at 2017, when I started applying like more intentional for masters, I realized I needed to improve my writing skills, because personal statements are like a big deal, and you know, just being able to answer application questions are a big deal. So those were the preparations that I did for here. Now, Annabella Joy said, I would definitely want to know how you got the scholarships. I think I've already explained how I got the scholarships earlier on in the video, so I won't repeat that again. Okay guys, so that's basically all the questions I got, and I hope I've been able to answer. If you feel your question was not really answered in this video, or you feel I didn't delve so much into it, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll be there to answer it and give you more like personalized answer. Till next time guys, bye.